This is the Beats and Balls Show. That guy Ken. JR, the Beatmaker. Mr. Crisp.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Beats and Balls Show. This is episode 4 of season 2, and I am JR the Beatmaker, and as always, I am joined by that guy Ken. How you doing, Ken?
I'm very good. Feeling really good today. It's just been a great week. So got a couple of things that I had to get rid of this week. So now that they're all out of my way, I'm feeling very, very energetic. So pardon me today if I say some outlandish and some crazy wild stuff, but you know me.
Not at all, man. That's what happens when we wing it. Coming up on today's show, we will be talking very, very briefly about Ben Stokes and the England cricket team. And the reason we're going to be speaking quite briefly about that is because none of us really get cricket, I suppose.
I don't know cricket.
No.
Who's Ben Stokes, by the way?
Pass. That's basically where we're going to start from. That's going to be our anchor point, and we're going to go on and maybe talk about some sports that we can identify with more, that are easier to just pick up and play, no matter where you are, playground, streets, on the beach, wherever. Okay. Something that's not cricket. Okay. We're just not vibing it. Ken, the plan is for you to bring your King of Hearts blessedness to us.
Yes, of course. King of Hearts is going to be something fantastic today. It's a little bit something that comes from deep within. It's probably the best way of putting it, and it's a message to be shared to all of my listeners, to my fans, my people, and those who are going through, I'd say, life situations, and just trying to get us all through it. As you know, life is always a little bit difficult, but you got to see the fun side, and the sun always rises. So hopefully King of Hearts will help you out with that.
Nice. Pastor Ken will be back. And as always, we return with Baller of the Week. That'll be topping off the show. I take a 2-1 lead into this week.
I smashed you last year with Don Raoul.
You did, man, you did. And I've fixed my game up. Don't worry about that. I'm coming hard for this one.
Okay.
There's a bit of a twist, I'm not going to lie. A little bit of a twist. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm taking the 2-1 lead into that. And as always, we will be judged on our Baller of the Week nominees will be judged by Mr. Crisp himself. How you doing, Mr. Crisp?
I'm very well. How are you guys?
Good, man. Good. Up for the show. Should be a good show.
Baller of the Week going to be...
It's going to be tasty.
It'll be epic.
Tasty?
Tasty. Yeah. It might be a little bit one way, but we'll see.
Fighting talk.
See, he always does this, and then last week he had to put him in his place. But you know what? Yeah, I'm coming hard again. Coming hard again.
Okay. That's not what you said a minute ago, to be fair. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right. So, before all of that, shall we kick off the show with the socials, as we normally do?
Okay, cool.
So, I just wanted to firstly say that I've had a bit mixed feelings about what I'm about to say. So, as you know, a few weeks ago, I destroyed you with Stormzy. But yeah, so Stormzy's been back in the news this week. Him and Maya Jama have split up. As I say, mixed feelings for me on this one. I don't normally get involved in like celeb gossip and relationships and all that, but I'm a big fan of Stormzy, I'm a big fan of Maya Jama, and I'm a big fan of Georgia Smith. And this little triangle, I can't be vibing this triangle, man. I'm thinking, if there was a woman who I had to describe as my perfect woman, looks-wise, like shape, everything, Georgia Smith would be there. And I envy Stormzy. Part of me envies Stormzy. It really does. But,
Hold on.
Yeah, no. Can I just finish this, please? I don't want to be made out to be some like home-wrecking lover.
Can I say that? Is this some kind of celebrity girl swap or something?
No. So basically, it's a bit of a triangle. I saw on Twitter someone had added Maya Jama to say that Stormzy had been on stage like really heavily touching Georgia Smith, like in a kind of weird way. And then maybe 2-3 days later, I see the tweet from Maya Jama saying that they've split up because she was fed up with his party lifestyle.
So is that how you're kind of moving on from somebody via Twitter?
Exactly.
Well, that's, I
Why
mean,
would you do that?
The world is run by Twitter these days. Mr. Trump would testify to that. Everything happens on Twitter. So, you know, it's just, I don't know what to make of it because I'm a fan of all three of these people.
What happened about picking up the phone?
Picking up the phone? What's a phone? Phones don't.
Having a conversation.
Shall I tell you what I use my phone for? Twitter. That's it. So yeah, like I've got mad respect for Maya Jama. I can't lie, like my respect for Stormzy is it's dipped a little bit because I don't agree with that, man. I love his music and that, but if what's being said is true, I ain't got time for that. I really ain't got time for that. So
it must be true. It's on Twitter.
Exactly.
Of course. I mean, it's the gospel of Twitter. But I just thought I'd bring that up. Just put that out there. Yeah. Anyone else got any socials?
Yeah, and the socials. Obviously, in socials, you've seen all the stuff that's been happening in the news recently. The one that's actually kind of scaring me. Look, I'm a Nigerian man. So I think everybody pretty much knows that, you know, the background is Nigerian. I'm Igbo from Delta State. But what's happening in socials right now and what I'm seeing a lot of is all of this xenophobia in South Africa, you know, with the South Africans attacking Nigerians. And there's this kind of displaced anger and violence and almost not weird, it's a shambolic way of actually looking at what's happening in the economy of South Africa being pushed directly onto Nigerians and them putting their blame on Nigerians taking their jobs and taking money and all that kind of thing. When I'm thinking, holding up until recently, I swear through apartheid, South Africans knew that it was white South Africans that where their money was. Because if I'm right, okay, I know this is not a political show, but as a Nigerian, I just gotta feel some kind of way. Okay. But we know that obviously, like through apartheid, you know, South Africans were quite aware that all of their, you know, the riches, you know, the land, the grabbing, everything that happened through the ages was through the whites and the Europeans, however you want to frame it. And then after that, you know, things have happened in the country recently that made things okay. Well, the country started being a little bit more prosperous, especially after the World Cup in South Africa. So now to actually blame another African country or another African tribe or another African, people in the country, it just doesn't make any sense. Why is the focus? Why is the focus specifically on Nigerians? Yes, okay, Nigerians. You know, we kind of are everywhere, and we tend to, you know, go in there and start businesses. We're just economical. We're very, very, you know, like me. You know, you got to put your fingers in. Entrepreneurial. There you go. That's good. Entrepreneurial.
Hustlers, baby.
Hustlers. There we go. You know what I'm saying? That's what
you're not business. You're businessmen.
We are businessmen. You know, so that's what we do. So I don't understand how all of a sudden you're putting all the blame on us when you've known for hundreds of years like where the problem has really lied or where it really lay. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just a little bit conscious of that has happened, and you know, and my heart goes out to Nigerians out there. My heart goes out to actually South Africans in general, because it's a mistaken identity. It's unresolved issues. It's just putting your energies in the wrong place, and when people should be coming together, you're creating a divide, and it's just not necessary. I mean, so that's that. What else have I said?
Love Island. What's happening in Love
Island? Oh, stop that, man!
Come on!
You know what? There's
gotta be.
No.
Dig deep.
No, there's no news. There's no
on the surface.
Have you DM'd Amber yet?
No, I haven't.
Come on.
I'm waiting for her to actually really break up with Greg, because at the moment I'm hearing that they might. Wait, why am I doing this?
Because you know it. Come on.
No.
So
come
on.
No.
Going deep with JR and that guy Ken.
As I briefly mentioned earlier, England cricket team have had some successes, apparently. So in the run-up to this show, producer Mr. Chris asked us 3 questions. He said, "Do you know who Ben Stokes is?"
I said no.
We've already established the answer to that one. Have you been following the cricket this summer? Cue tumbleweed. And question 3: should we cover England's achievements on the next episode of the show? No.
Tumble.
No, so basically, like, we've got nothing against cricket, like, per se, but we just find it it's a bit too long. It's a bit too boring. Yeah. Too complicated.
It's not exciting. It doesn't give you that kind of
rush.
Yeah, like a sport to me. Yeah, let me be honest, Mr. Chris. Let me drop it to you. Sport is about adrenaline. It's that present moment factor of everything happens just then and there, and the excitement, the exhilaration. You get into it. Whether it be tennis, whether it be basketball, whether it be football, you get that kind of short, sustained period of that rush. I want to be there. To me, cricket just doesn't.
It's a day out.
Doesn't do it.
Get the pims out and just get drunk, man.
My sister loves it. Strangely enough, my sister, and she's like a big tennis fan.
Does she love it for the sport, or she loves it for the social?
She loves it for the social. She told me every single time, and shout out to Shaw. She tells me every single time, she'll go out and she'll get with her friends, and they have like a couple of bottles of wine, and they chill up in the stands, and it's like it's a sunny day out, because obviously cricket is it's an outdoor sport, and it's usually play like nice weather, and they enjoy that. It's the banter. Yeah. It's the banter actually amongst the viewers in the stands that's more the enjoyment. I don't even think they pay attention to the actual sport.
That's how I feel about it. If I were going to go and spend a day at the cricket, by the end of it, I'd be so drunk I wouldn't have a clue where I am. But I probably would have had the best day ever.
Probably, exactly.
But I wouldn't even know who's playing, to be honest.
Small details.
Irrelevant details.
What's the score?
I don't even know.
I don't even know how they score.
All I know about cricket, right, is that when a team in football gets battered, they say, "Oh, this could be a cricket score." That's all I know about cricket, because the numbers are so high, like 300 to 20 or something.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I get lost on? What is an over? What is a wicket? Is it wickets? And there's lots of references within the sport that I cannot begin to tell you where to understand it. And look, I know I've got family members who are amazing cricket supporters. They're in it, they love it and everything, and they probably understand it. And well, I'm sure they understand it. But to me, I just don't get it. Like, how does a sport take 4 or 5 days?
Mate,
what's going on? Like, Chris, maybe you can tell me. Like, what's going on? Why is it 4 or 5 days?
Look, I'm from Caribbean descent.
Same as I feel a bit guilty about not.
I was told I should enjoy cricket.
Exactly,
and it's
someone like you.
I'm half Caribbean, half English. Like, I should love cricket. Everything about me should love cricket, and I just don't get it. And it kills me that I don't get it.
It just seems a bit, for me, long.
Yeah,
it's long.
Yeah,
and it has too many rules with too technical names, and it's probably, I played it when I was younger, but I didn't sustain it. Beyond a couple of games, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not into batting, because you're throwing the thing at me, which is hard, and I don't want to be hit by that.
Nothing to do with that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting in the way of that. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Yeah, I think the last time I played cricket, I was 15 at secondary school, and I think one hit me on my finger, and I was like, I'm done. I put the bat down. I was like, everyone's like, keep that. No, I'm not. I'm like, no. I'm done. I think I broke my finger. I'm done. So that was it. I'm not going back.
I also find all these the technical things of how you could be out or what wasn't out, and having to field or bat for so long. I got done by that stage. Like, this can't sustain my attention long enough.
You know what I'm saying? You just
I completely feel it.
Exactly. So, like I said, I mean, I know England are doing well. You know the funniest thing about cricket, and I have to understand this here. Like, in every other sport, like, you get Super Bowl rings and titles. You get, Football World Cup trophies and everything. Yeah. Everyone is fighting for something called the Ashes. Now, have you actually ever seen the Ashes?
I have, actually. Yeah. It's a ridiculous ridiculously small urn.
It's the small. Have you seen it, Mr. Oh yeah. So okay, great.
I thought it was just like a myth, like like in Quentin Tarantino's film Pulp Fiction.
Oh, the suitcase.
The suitcase.
Yeah.
I thought